Great morning. It is Monday, the 19th. So I'm going to pick cards from the Sufi Awakening, Sufi-Wisdom Oracle, the Sacred Awakening, and the Sacred World Oracle. And let's see what the topic of the morning is. Okay, so... Oh, I did get my email working again. Took a while to find out, but it seems a lot of people with Safari that the Outlook was not working. It just stopped. It was the most maddening thing. Do not be frustrated. Well, now that it's fixed, I'm not frustrated anymore. Do not be frustrated. Let go and feel peaceful. Feelings. And Falcon. Okay. So, trying to get this back in the box here. Okay. So what we have this morning is centering on feelings and frustration. Feelings, frustration. You know, if you start going downwards, as you can see this ladder, the first two rungs are okay. But the further down one gets, the murkier it becomes. The darker it becomes, the murkier it becomes. And the more wrapped up one gets in these frustrated angsts, okay? So how do you let go? How do you let go of these feelings, these frustrated angsts? You know, and I think this is what happened with the people that get involved in the QAnon deep state conspiracy of drama and hate, and they just go down this hole, and this is, I've talked about this before. This is the way dark works. This is the way evil works. This is the way shadow works. It will pull in things that people know are true, and then it skews it. Then it brings in some shadow that's not true. They go, well, if this is true, then maybe this must be true as well. And so they go to that. They go down to this level. Then they put out something else. Same thing. Well, if I believe that's true, then this one must be true as well. I've gone down. Now they're getting into murky territory. Okay. And they're in a belief system which is fallacy. You believe that fallacy, and then where will you go? You'll go the next rung down. This is like people that got on the Trump train. They're riding the Trump train to oblivion. They believe that, he had this show, and that he is a good deal maker. They don't know, they don't have the facts that he is a failed businessman, that he has filed, 6 bankruptcies. No bank in the U.S. will loan him a dime, okay? They don't know any of those facts. So they believe this projection that he's put out there through this TV program and through the book that was not written by him. It was written by a ghostwriter that made him look good, and they believe it, okay? Well, it's in print. It must be true, okay? So they've gone down this murky rabbit hole, and when the real facts come out, they don't want to believe it. No, I haven't been taken for a ride. I know the real facts. These are the real facts, okay? He is the long-awaited savior. He is the one that's breaking up these pedophile rings, and yet he was right out there with Epstein chasing the young girls. Oh, no, that's fake news. That's not real. No, that didn't happen. They don't want to believe what's right there in front of their face. So how do you avoid that? How do you get out of that type of frustration, of fallacy? Well, you have to be like the Falcon. You have to see from a higher perspective. You have to get above the situation so you can look at things objectively, so you can see the whole of the picture rather than getting lost. You get lost in the forest for the trees. You don't see above it. You don't see the path forward. So when you're down in there and you're, if you could be above the trees, if you could get up high, then you could have more of a broader view of things. Broader view, rather than get lost in these little, side things along the way, okay? So it takes, if you're going to get beyond frustration, part of it is seeing more clearly, having a broader view than what you get trapped in, and when you get trapped in things and you're going and you find you're getting murkier and murkier and murkier, it's time to climb back up off that ladder and back out into the light so that you can see, okay? Don't always take things at face value. Really, sometimes you need to go with your gut feeling too. They may be saying all the right things, but you feel something's off. Okay, there's this feeling of unease. There's this feeling of something doesn't feel quite right. Pay attention to that. Now, this is not to say to become paranoid, I'm not talking about that. When you're getting paranoid, then you're going down that murky ladder again. Climb back out, but just be observant and, see how the energy is feeling, feel what's around. It's so important to pay attention to the energy, to what's clicking, what's not. And if it's not, why is it not? Maybe look a little deeper, okay? If one is getting frustrated, are you just getting lost in the little details and you're not seeing the higher picture? Just like the Trump thing, this is going to pass. Okay, we've got to wait it out. We've got to get out there and vote. We've got to wait it out. But this is going to pass. This is not always going to be here. So don't get frustrated in every day and put so much time into it that you're hour by hour just, getting wound up about it. Okay? We do what we can do. What we can do is get out there and vote. Okay? If you haven't voted, get out there and vote. Do what we can do to remedy this situation, and then we have to wait it out. Okay. So pay attention to your feelings. Again, if you start going down and it's becoming murkier and murkier, climb back up, climb back out, and look from a higher perspective so you can get a better handle on things. Check facts. Don't just go on this premise, well, I think that's real, so this other has to be real too, because that's how people get down in these rabbit holes. Okay? They want to start believing the fallacies, the shadows, the anger and the angst. And the more you get into anger and angst, the further you can go down into that and get drawn into that. You know, like Trump has got people in fighter mode. Okay? They're unfair, and people have had things that have been unfair to them, so they transfer that. They look at him and go, well, my life's been unfair, and that's right. It's unfair, what they've done to him. He's just trying to help, and these people are so unfair. It's, you know, and so he gets them on his train. And they're all riding this track to oblivion. Now I feel sorry for these people when he gets out and he gets indicted on RICO charges. Do they not hear he's saying, if Biden gets in, I'm leaving the country? And then he projects and say Biden and Hunter is a crime family. He projects all his crap onto others. Trump is a crime family. He knows they're a crime family. So what's he do every time? He points the finger at somebody else and says what he is doing. Okay? Oh no, it's not me, it's them, it's them. Look over there. Don't look here, look over there. Okay? And it's surprising, really, that they haven't got the handle, that he projects everything that he is doing, that he projects it. A lot of people that are basically kind of mentally ill will project their stuff that they are doing onto somebody else. Okay? Yeah. And not see that what they're reflecting out there is their own BS, their own stuff they need to get a handle on. Okay? But they don't want to believe it. They don't want to, accept it, that that's what's there. So they want to project it onto others in a way of denial. Okay, like Trump is doing with his calling Biden and his son a crime family. Well, he's a crime family. He's the one that's going down on RICO. But he's so trying to distance himself from it that he projects it onto somebody else. Okay. So again, this is something you will come across and you will find out there is people that are projecting their own failings onto others. Okay. So it doesn't mean you need to believe it or take it on or, look deeper. Look deeper. Get above the situation. And then, check facts. And then go forward. Check the energy of it. How is it coming across? You look at Biden and, Trump keeps saying, oh, Hunter, and they're getting this misinformation, Giuliani. That guy is wackadoodle, okay? Giuliani is getting this, and they keep telling the FBI, everyone's telling him that, this is wackadoodle stuff. It's coming out of Russia. It's misinformation. It is not real. Oh, no, it's real. It's real. I don't like Biden, Hunter, look what they've done, and it's his kids that are doing it. They are not in any way qualified for anything that they are doing. And he knows that. And so he's going to project it onto Hunter. He got money and hello. Look at your scam-a-mundo, demon spawn kids. Grifters, the lot of them. Okay. And then today I saw that Trump Jr., who is glassy-eyed and out of it, I don't know what drugs he's on, but man, he is on something. He is just whacked out, saying my dad wants to dismantle the FBI. We don't need the FBI. Okay? Yeah, put it out there. Dad wants to be a dictator. We don't need the FBI. We don't want, actual law and order, because they're going to come after us. They caught us in all our wrongdoing. Okay? They caught us. What's the first thing they did when he got into office? He wanted to set up a back channel to Russia so the FBI, nobody could hear him. Okay? First thing they did when they got in office. Junior went to the Russian embassy to set up a back channel so that they could not listen. Why? Why would they do that? Because they're criminals, that's why. Okay? So they wanted to do all these backdoor deals, which they know are illegal, and don't want to be caught. And they've been caught. So now they want to dismantle the FBI because they got caught. They're not as smart as they think they are. You don't think the FBI is going to see when you're going to try to set up a back channel through the Russian embassy that something's up? What a doofus. Oh, God. And they think they're so brilliant, and they are just so lacking in basic logic, basic understanding, basic, So anyway, got off track with that today. Don't go down the rabbit holes. Okay, don't get caught in these dark schemes, conspiracy theories that you have some angst somewhere, and then somebody's going to play on that and get you wrapped up. Maybe you've had difficulty, you're a white guy, difficulty getting a job, then you go and blame it on Black Lives Matter, and they're giving it all the blacks, they're giving it to the Latinos, it's not fair, and then they get pulled into this neo-Nazi white power nonsense. They go down another rabbit hole because they don't want to accept that maybe they're not qualified, or they're not doing they don't have the understanding, they don't have the but they're going to blame it on something else. Now something else is the problem. It's not me. It's not that I don't know. They should give it to me anyway, just because I want it. Okay? It's like you see some of the American Idol, and they come in there all jacked up. Maybe they have family that say you're great, and they get out there and they can't carry a tune in a bucket. They sing flat, they're sharp, they're flat, they're, obnoxious and full of themselves. No, you're not qualified. And they go off on a tangent. I'm the greatest star, you're going to be a loser. Oh, Lord. Oh, no, they need to get a higher perspective that they can't sing. they had one girl on there, and she goes, what? And I mean, she could not, she was flat. She was like, oh, say, can you see? And you're like going, what the heck is this? Is this something, a wreck out there? Is this person in agony? And she goes, well, I've studied vocals for 10 years. I've got a degree. What do you mean I'm not good? I mean, she could not. She was tone deaf. I don't know how anybody could even pretend to be a vocal coach to this person without being honest and saying, you're tone deaf. You cannot carry a tune in a bucket. Find something else you're good, because this is never going to happen. If you don't have the basic skills, it's never going to happen. It's like I said, there are things that I cannot do. I cannot bake bread to save my life. Okay? I would never be a mathematician. I do not have the basic inclination. Okay? So if I went out there and put myself out there as a great maths professor, and I can barely do basic math, it doesn't matter how much I want to try to convince myself I'm not that and will never be that. So again, you need to come back to reality. Oh my goodness. Come back to reality and don't go down any rabbit holes. No matter how they may play on your emotions to begin with. Some people want to cause something to fight for. And that could be another reason they've gone down, because pedophilia is a terrible thing that's going on. Well, if pedophiles, and then they take the next link and next link until they are in wackadoodle land, that the Democrats are Satanists that are, child trafficking and killing babies and drinking their blood to stay in power. I mean, you got to go far down a rabbit hole to believe that, but they go one link to another link and they don't see how far off they're getting. And they get so, like you see all the Trump supporters out there the other day, was a line of maybe 50 to 100 cars out there with 4 or 5 flags on the car and their MAGA hats and honking and Trump and, and I just go by them and go, yeah, wackadoodles, he's going down. Okay, but they get so caught up in it. And then they get in the group think, the group crowd, and like lemmings, they go along with it because they want to belong somewhere. Okay. And maybe they're there because they've been frustrated. So he gives them license to act badly. Okay. He gives them a license to act badly. And they are jumping on that train for all they are worth. But that train is, it's going to come to an end. And then what are they going to do? Are they still going to be in denial when he gets brought up on charges, when they take away all his properties because he's done money laundering? They will confiscate all of them. Okay? Then what are they going to say? Then they're in for a rude awakening. Or are they still going to believe that is set up and he's innocent? Which direction will they go? Will they wake up? Or will they go even more greater delusion of drama? We'll have to see. Okay? But please don't go down any wackadoodle rabbit holes. You know, you got to kind of feel sorry for the Trumpian kids. Now we've got Don Jr. I don't know what he's on, but he is on something. His eyes are so glassy, and he is so, you could feel his energy. It's not connected. It's like, you know, it's he's not grounded. He's not connected. He is in fantasy land. Cannot deal with reality. So he is so drugged up, coked up, that it's really pitiful. Okay. But anyway, we need the crime family out of there. And I'm sure that the FBI and them are watching Mr. Projection that says, if Biden wins, I'm leaving the country. The minute he steps out, they will be there waiting for him with, you know, shiny new little bracelets for him, because he's a flight risk. He's already told him, I'm running. Okay. I'm going to run. I'm going to a country where you can't extradite me. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you online.